Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
Good morning, Britain. It is 5 to 7. These are our main stories. The government's decision to keep indoor gyms and spas closed in England when pubs and restaurants are allowed to reopen has been condemned as completely illogical by the industry, which employs around 190,000 people in the UK.
Tennis world number one, Novak Djokovic, has issued a grovelling apology.
Nick Dixon, thanks very much indeed. Let's have a look at the front pages this morning. Hibernation.
By the end, maybe that's not a good thing. Anyway, that's the end of those briefings until something happens, which hopefully it won't.
Boris Johnson has declared the national hibernation is beginning to end. Use those businesses and talking to business owners that can't open up at all. We are watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
I just want to say two big anniversaries today. One, day 57 of the government boycott of this show. Don't know why 57 feels special, but it does. 57. Wasn't it the types of Heinz variety type?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, so we've now reached the Heinz variety stage of the
government
boycott.
Absence.
And also, happy 10th anniversary to my wife, Celia. 10 years today.
Is it your wedding anniversary?
She got lucky. Wow, did she get lucky. 10 years ago today. So congratulations, Celia.
Yes.
Ongoing
I
congratulations,
bet she counts her lucky stars every morning.
We're going to have a wild celebration.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Get a takeaway?
Probably go to the kitchen. Yeah, have a curry.
Well, you can do a bit more. Maybe you could delay your celebration to July the 4th.
I've just had a message, actually, from my favourite Spanish restaurant,
I was going to say,
Abel,
exactly.
Cambio de Tercio, and I'd send him a message saying, please tell me you're open.
Put me at
on
the top
July
of the wait
4th.
list.
And I'm booked in.
Yeah.
Cambio, July the 4th, I'll be there. I don't care if you all come out in spacesuits. It doesn't bother me. Just get the food and wine on my table. I'm there, Abel. Couldn't get into my local Italian.
What's the gift for a 10th? Diamond jewellery. Celia, you are going to strike lucky. Picture of you, because honestly, you are punching above your weight.
No, she got lucky.
Morgan.
She knows it.
So
10 years.
At least you can have a rest.
You literally get less for murder these days.
Didn't you say the other day that you do all your fighting on this show? Because I wonder, because we have so many spats, and we're coming up to our 5th anniversary.
Here we are.
Towards the end of this year.
And they said it wouldn't last.
Well, talking of wooden, it is actually wood that is the celebration for 5 years. So a wooden spoon for us.
Are you all right, by the way, after yesterday? After I bullied you and shouted over you and silenced you?
You wouldn't stop talking, would you, when I wanted
when you were
to
reading out your little Pravda
statement.
government message and I decided to try and stop you.
Yeah.
The way people react, you should see what we're like off air. Honestly.
If you think this is bad.
You think that was bad?
So I wondered whether, we do so much rowing, so much shouting at each other. We disagree on absolutely everything pretty much. And I wondered whether that, you must be the same at home. You said you go in and shut the door and you're like a pussycat.
Well, no, just don't argue. Can't be bothered. Once that door shuts, I'm done with the arguing.
Should we have a look at what happened yesterday?
Yes, wind everybody up again. Go on. No, don't bother.
Why?
Because if they're not going to come on, if they're boycotting us, I'm going to boycott their stupid little statements. Sorry.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to read it.
I think we should.
Well, you don't have to read it. Let me read it.
You don't have to read it.
Well, I'd like
Nobody
to read
has
it.
to read this.
If
the government can't be bothered.
I want to hear the government's
read...
explanation for why.
Why?
She
well, if you want to hear it, tell them to come on the programme.
The whole country is grateful to student
You come on the programme, and you can read your statement to this programme. I completely stand by that. I don't understand why we should feel any compulsion to read out some laborious government statement if they're not prepared to come on the programme, any of them, and talk about anything for 57 days. I feel no such compulsion to read out any statements from the government. If they want statements read out, they can come on the programme.
And that's just another thing we disagree on.
But you thought that was right, to read out their statement?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I thought it was important to hear what the government had to say on an issue that...
Even though they're boycotting us?
Yeah. I would much rather they were on the programme, but I don't think that reading out the statement means that we give them a reason for them not to be on the programme.
Why should they come on the programme if you're going to keep reading out their statements?
Well, I've read it out once and actually nobody heard it.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
You'll keep reading government statements out as long as they boycott us?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm staggered.
Are
honestly.
you?
Absolutely staggered.
I think on that, there was a matter of fact, wasn't there?
I don't care.
No, clearly.
I don't. I don't care. If they want to have their facts, they can come on the programme.
I just think
very
much like
if they're literally boycotting us with every single one of their ministers, why should we read out any of their statements? I won't be.
No.
You can, if you want to.
And you'll keep talking over them.
I would ask you to think about that quite seriously. Okay. I don't think we should.
Clearly.
Two-way street. Information.
Yeah. But I do
reading out pre-written statements.
Well, it's not like we do it every day,
from a government that's boycotting us. I just find... I'm sorry.
I definitely agree it is a poor substitute for a government minister. And I would say once again to the government that it is a dereliction of your duty to our viewers, many of whom, some of whom, who knows how many of whom, may have voted for you. It is absolutely imperative that you share the information directly with our viewers.
Yep. Apparently they found some video of us from our early days together on here.
Oh, goodness me.
This won't be good. When was this? 2015. Wow.
Welcome to the programme. Here's Laura with the first
Sorry, just to interrupt.
Don't think you're getting away that easily.
Can't pretend I just never went away.
A very warm welcome back.
You don't mean that. Why are we pretending it's a warm welcome?
Well, just, you know, for those people who might be surprised this morning, or perhaps you think it's a rude awakening, Piers Morgan is here for a few days? Or for
No, I'm here permanently. It's your ultimate nightmare, I'm afraid. I've got some...
Oh, my goodness, we're both so much slimmer.
So that was after I'd done my week here, which I just never thought I'd ever do. So enjoyed it a little bit more than I thought. And then I came back permanently. Aww. And your life has never been the same,
no,
has it?
No, it hasn't ever been the same.
When's our anniversary? It's in November, right?
Yes, exactly right.
Around the time of the US election.
Around the time of contract negotiations.
Yeah.
So,
Are you going to sign yourself up for more hell, or are you going to bail?
I don't know. We shall wait till November.
You know, rule one of contract negotiation, always just leave it hanging.
Right, OK.
Always just say, well, you know, yeah, I'm feeling a little tired. Just a lot of people have been attacking us recently. A lot of people saying, oh, you've all gone off the boil. Nobody wants to watch your rubbish, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday,
well, we counted them up.
Well, on Monday, just FYI, we had our highest ever ratings. We had our biggest audience share. My message to the haters is you keep on hating, because the more you hate us, the more people are tuning in.
And apparently people can't stop watching. And welcome to all new viewers.
Welcome to all our new viewers, especially those who've come from BBC Breakfast, bored out of their brains and come for a bit of fun. We are your little fun palace. So welcome to all of you. And we have what they don't have. We have Dr. Hillary, the pandemic pin-up.
So true.
Cut to pin-up, please. Where is he?
Yeah.
There he is, the pandemic pin-up.
He was just getting his pose right.
The man he's the Benjamin Button. He's sort of reverse Benjamin Button, aren't he? He gets younger every year.
That's it.
Every birthday you have, you look younger.
Yeah, because I'm doing my own makeup now. Yeah. It works.
It's funny,
It's concealer.
I've been getting some quite anguished messages from our makeup team, basically saying, are we ever going to be allowed back? I said,
can't wait.
I think we've really nailed it.
We missed them.
This morning I left my dressing room and I was told, you have 3 minutes, Piers. 3 minutes before we're on air.
I said, good luck with the makeup.
And I said, Susanna's got a problem with her microphone, so you may have to do it all at 6 o'clock. I had 3 minutes to do my entire makeup, and this was the perfection that I came up with.
And I think we all agree, not long ago.
Actually, I took Ben Shepherd's because after some early slapdash stuff...
You can't share makeup in the pandemic.
No. Share it as a vice. We have our own little boxes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
No, because you may remember I came in orange one day when I put on too much of whatever
your Donald Trump impression.
The gentleman's relish base thing or whatever it was, and then I put too much. I came in like a tangerine, and I said to Ben, "What are you doing, mate? Because I can't get my head around this makeup thing."
He always looks perfect.
And he said that he just puts a tiny bit of powder on. That's all he does. So here we are. This is just a tiny bit of powder, but the blending is so much easier with a bit of powder.
Right, that's enough about your makeup. We have a competition.
It's a big deal, isn't it, Hillary? It's a big deal for us.
Absolutely. I thought you were Robert Kilroy Silk when you first walked in.
It is...
Is that the pandemic pin-up?
Those were the days.
Wow, what was that, 70 years ago?
120.
I'm not... I accept I have an ego. I don't have any vanity. I don't care, actually, about how I look. I couldn't give a damn. People either like the way I look or they don't. I just think that vanity is a really insidious thing, I think. All you care about is looking perfect.
You do know we're still on air, by the way. Yeah. We're not just talking in a break.
Do you know what? I read something today and I thought, oh, normality is returning.
Right.
Is chess racist? A former member of the Australian Chess Federation has blasted ABC in Australia for preparing to hold a debate about whether the game is racist because the white goes first on chess. We've got to be better than this, folks. As we debate serious issues about racial equality, we really don't need to worry about the fact that whoever's white goes first in chess. It doesn't matter. That's not going to change one iota anything about racial equality. All it will do, as with all these stupid things when people say them, is it divides people and alienates the very people you want to bring with you.
Yeah.
So should we just... Is chess racist?
Yeah, let's get rid of that.
No. Because you know what? Often whoever's the black pieces wins. You see, got nothing to do with skin colour. All to do with whether you're any good at chess.
We have a break right now. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV. We'll be back after this.
What have we just been talking about? You know, that Chris Whitty said this is going to go on until this time next year. Let's take a listen to what he said. Yeah. We are going... Fauci, the American version of Chris Whitty, he actually said yesterday that he believes there will be a vaccine. They've got 3 or 4, apparently, now that are moving very rapidly through the American medical system, and he was confident that one of them would work.
He was confident about remdesivir, and it doesn't cure the virus. I mean,
so you think we should be very cautious?
Oh, absolutely. I think there are lots of uncertainties and one certainty. The two uncertainties we don't...
In March, we were accused of scaremongering. Well, 65,000 people died. And to put it in context, 67,000 people died in the entirety of World War II in this country, civilians. I mean, these are huge, huge numbers. And the UK excess death toll, like I said earlier, is now the second worst in the world after the United States. So this is really serious, and we have to take it very seriously.
Well, I think everybody thinks it's all over already, or a lot of people do, but globally
to emerge more confident.
But what would help? Yeah. What would help with public confidence is if the government was just honest about the number of people it's testing. They know how many people they're testing. If you do a test, you submit it, and there's a record. It's a bit like when they claim they didn't know how many people were dying in care homes or how many health workers were dying. I just don't believe it. These are easy numbers to get. If you know how many tests you're doing a day, you know how many people you're testing. The government has to stop lying. I mean, I don't think it's too much to ask. People's lives are at stake. It's very serious. Yeah, there has been a controversy over testing from start to, I'm sure, finish eventually. Dr. Hillary, thanks very much indeed. It's 8:10. It's time for the competition. Here's Andy with details of our £300,000 giveaway.
Morning. Whilst we might not be able to visit some of our great British beauty spots, you try